Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. If you're gearing up for your very first RV adventure, first off, congrats! Hitting the road in your own rig is one of the most freeing and exciting things you can do. But I'll tell you straight, RV life has a learning curve, and most of us learn it the hard way. So today, I'm laying out 10 rookie mistakes I see all the time. And yep, I've made a few of these myself back in the day. Whether you're renting an RV or just bought your first rig, this list is going to save you a lot of hassle, stress, and maybe even some money. Let's get into it. Before you even turn the key, take 5 minutes and walk completely around your RV. I can't stress this enough. It's the simplest thing that prevents some of the most frustrating issues. Check to make sure all your storage bays are latched. Your power and water lines are disconnected. Steps are retracted. Jacks are up. And nothing is dangling or loose underneath. I've seen folks drag power cords halfway through a campground or tear off their steps because they rushed out. Also double-check your tires, look for proper inflation and any signs of wear. And don't forget the roof area. Make sure your vents and antenna are down and secure. It's a routine that becomes second nature. But on your first trip, it's easy to overlook. One missed latch or forgotten item can cause serious damage or even be dangerous on the highway. I personally keep a checklist on my phone and do the same walk-around every single time. It gives me peace of mind, especially when I'm heading out early or after a long stay. Treat this step as non-negotiable. A 5-minute check can save you from a 5-hour headache down the road. One of the most overlooked rookie mistakes is not knowing the exact height and weight of your RV. This is critical, because not all roads, bridges, and tunnels are RV-friendly. Your rig might fit fine on a wide-open highway, but when you roll into a small town or hit a mountain pass, things can get sketchy fast. You don't want to be the guy trying to back out of a 12-foot clearance with a 13-foot rig while traffic piles up behind you. Or worse, you don't want to rip off your AC unit on a low bridge. Always measure your RV from the ground to the highest point. Write it down and keep it visible near the driver's seat. Same goes for weight, especially if you're towing. Exceeding weight limits puts stress on your brakes, tires, and suspension, and can be downright dangerous. Use a CAT scale at a truck stop to get an accurate weight. And before you head out, double-check route restrictions. There are some great RV GPS apps that help with this. Trust me, it only takes one tight tunnel or steep downgrade to realize you should have done your homework. When you're heading out on your first RV trip, it's tempting to bring everything you think you might need. Tools, kitchen gadgets, every pair of shoes, and even that dusty box of board games. But trust me, overpacking is not just inconvenient. It's dangerous. Every RV has a weight limit for a reason. Go over that and you're putting extra stress on your brakes, tires, and suspension system. Not to mention, poor weight distribution can affect your handling, especially when you're towing. Too much weight in the back can cause swaying, and too much on one side makes your rig lean and handle poorly. Instead of bringing your whole house with you, be strategic. Pack based on necessity and how often you'll actually use something. Store heavy items low and centered when possible. If you're in a towable, watch your tongue weight and axle loads. I like to do a rough weigh-in at a CAT scale every few months to make sure I'm not slowly creeping over limits. Keeping things light and balanced not only makes your drive smoother, it also improves fuel economy and reduces wear on your rig over time. One of the biggest rookie mistakes I see is assuming you'll always find a spot when you show up. Spoiler alert, that's not how it works these days. RV travel has exploded in popularity, and campgrounds, especially popular ones near national parks or along scenic routes, can book up months in advance. If you're heading out during peak season or a holiday weekend without a reservation, you're playing with fire. You might end up boondocking somewhere sketchy or paying way too much for the last open site in town. I always recommend making your campground reservations as early as possible. Most parks have easy online booking systems, and a lot of them even let you pick your specific site. If you like flexibility, mix in a few reservation nights with a couple of open ones and use apps like Campendium or iOverlander to find reliable last-minute options. Having a rough itinerary with booked stays gives you peace of mind and makes the trip smoother overall. Trust me, Driving around looking for a place to stay after a long day on the road is not how you want to end your first RV adventure. Your RV is not a sports car, and your road trip isn't a race. One common rookie mistake is trying to cover too many miles in a single day, or pushing the speed limit like you're in a hurry. That's a recipe for fatigue, missed sights, and even accidents. When you're in an RV, everything takes longer. Fuel stops, bathroom breaks, slower climbs, and tighter turns. Plus, white-knuckling it for 8 or 10 hours behind the wheel isn't fun, especially if you're navigating unfamiliar terrain. I like to stick to what a lot of RVers call the 2-2-2 rule. Drive no more than 200 miles in a day, arrive at your next stop by 2 p.m., and stay at least 2 nights. It's a solid guide that helps keep the trip enjoyable instead of exhausting. Also, never underestimate how mentally tiring it is to drive something that size. Add in weather, traffic, or mountain passes, and you'll be wiped out by the time you park. Take your time, stop often, and enjoy the journey. After all, the road is the point, not just the destination. The black tank is one of the most misunderstood parts of RV life, especially for first-timers. And let me tell you, if you don't get this part right, it can get messy fast. The black tank holds your toilet waste, and managing it correctly is all about timing and technique. First off, never leave your black tank valve open while you're hooked up. That may sound like a good idea, but it's not. Liquid waste will drain out while solids build up, leading to dreaded clogs, and what's known in RV circles as a poop pyramid. Always wait until the tank is at least 2/3 full before dumping, so gravity helps flush everything out properly. Use plenty of water when flushing, and drop in a tank treatment after every dump to control odors and help break things down. Also, be careful with what you flush. Only RV-safe toilet paper and human waste should go down that toilet. No wipes, no food scraps, and definitely no regular toilet paper. Learning your black tank routine early on will save you from some very unpleasant lessons. Take it seriously. It's not complicated, but it does matter. When you're setting up or packing down your RV, there are a ton of little steps, and forgetting even one can cause a big problem. That's why having a written checklist is a game changer, especially when you're new. I've seen folks drive off with the TV antenna still up, the slide-outs partially extended, or the stabilizer jacks dragging on the ground. It's easy to miss something when you're rushing or distracted. Having a step-by-step list keeps you consistent and avoids expensive damage or accidents. Same goes for setup. Leveling your rig, connecting power and water, chalking your wheels. All of it matters for a comfortable and safe stay. I keep 2 separate checklists, one for departure and one for arrival. I laminated them and keep them inside a cabinet door near the entrance. You could also use a checklist app on your phone, but the key is to follow it every single time, even if you think you've got it memorized. Don't wing it. RVing gets smoother the more routines you build in, and this one will save your tail more than once. This one bites more rookies than you'd think. You're having fun, cruising along, maybe checking a few things off your bucket list, and then a surprise storm rolls in. Rain, wind, hail, even snow. Bad weather can ruin your plans and possibly damage your RV if you're not prepared. Always check the weather, both where you are and where you're headed. Wind is especially important. High-profile vehicles like RVs can be dangerous to drive in strong crosswinds, and I've personally had to pull over and wait it out more than once. Rain can flood campsites, cause leaks, or leave you stuck in the mud. And if you're up in the mountains, snow can sneak up fast, even in the shoulder seasons. Keep a weather app handy and set alerts for sudden changes. If you're boondocking, make sure you're not parked in a low spot where water could pool. If a big storm is coming, consider changing your route or hunkering down for a night. It's better to lose a day than risk your safety or damage your rig. Mother Nature doesn't care about your itinerary, so always give her the respect she deserves. Not every campground is set up for RVs, and assuming they are can land you in a tight spot, literally. I've seen folks pull into a beautiful wooded campground, only to realize the trees are too low, the sights are too short, or there's no way to turn around. You've got to check the length, width, and type of sights ahead of time. Are they pull-through or back in? Do they have full hookups or just electric? Is there a dump station? Also look at the road conditions getting in. Some rural or forest roads aren't suitable for large rigs. I always read reviews, check satellite images, and sometimes even call the campground if I'm unsure. Apps like RV Life and Campendium are gold mines for this kind of info. Don't assume a place will work just because it's labeled campground. And even when a spot technically fits your RV, that doesn't mean it'll be a comfortable or safe stay. Planning ahead and knowing what your rig needs, like minimum turning radius or amp requirements, makes a huge difference. It's all part of learning to travel smarter, not harder. Before your first real trip, you need to spend some time in a parking lot or open area just getting a feel for your RV. Backing up, making tight turns using your mirrors. It's a different game when you've got 30 feet of vehicle behind you. Too many people wait until they're in a crowded campground to try backing into a site for the first time. That's a stressful situation, especially with other campers watching, or worse, waiting. Take a day to practice somewhere safe. Use cones or even trash bins to simulate campsite boundaries. Practice backing in from both sides, and learn how your rig responds to steering inputs. If you're towing, understand how your trailer reacts and how to correct when it's jackknifing. Even if your rig has a backup camera, don't rely on it completely. Use your mirrors and learn how to guide yourself. And if you travel with a co-pilot, practice your hand signals and communication system in advance. A little prep goes a long way. Confidence in parking and backing up takes the edge off campground arrivals and keeps you from bumping into something you didn't see coming. And that's a wrap on the top rookie mistakes to avoid on your first RV trip. Trust me, we've all learned a few of these the hard way, but now you're one step ahead. If this helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe for more RV tips and real-life road advice. Got your own story or a mistake we missed? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Safe travels, and I'll see you out there.